we're not taught how to say goodbye to places, and that is the process of moving away, moving on, and moving forward. Whatever will make you feel a bit of ceremony, a bit of ritual, a bit of letting go in this time, do it. That could be spending intentional time with some of your things, saying goodbye to the memories, goodbye to the people. It's really happening. Oh. Crying and just letting yourself do that. Take your time to feel. Wow, I don't know why I'm so emotional. Authenticity. Quick life update. I am in the process of moving, and I don't have a next place that I'm moving to. I do have a mystery plan, but I'm gonna keep that a secret for now. I'm gonna let it manifest itself and come into you in the perfect timing. This is the first time in my life I've actually enjoyed the process of moving. I mean, there's definitely been some meltdown. This is just supposed to be cute B-roll. But overall, it's just felt so right and inspired. So I just wanted to share this time with you, some peace that I've discovered in this process, with the hope that it will grant you an easeful and effortless process in your own move, be it now or in the future. To me, this has been such a beautiful reflection of the power of conscious living, spiritual connection, and utilizing these tools in a practical way. I want to break this conversation down into two parts. There will be philosophy of why we don't enjoy moving, why I think we can learn to embrace it, and what that lived experiences. And then the second part will be practical tips that have really helped settle my mind and body into the process of moving. We don't like it for two reasons. One, it is chaotic. It is a process of change, and all processes of change are stressful on the system. We get into patterns and habits, and they're comfortable, they're easy. Then we're thrown into this big decision pool of, well, where am I gonna put my stuff? Am I gonna use movers? Is it just gonna be me? There's a myriad of decisions. I need to reassign my postage. How do I do that? There are things that you just don't do every day that are involved in moving, and that can feel chaotic and stressful. It also is visually and timing-wise chaotic and stressful, or it can feel that way. The last thing that keeps us from allowing those other disturbances from settling is the fact that it is truly a very emotional process. We don't necessarily take enough time to honor what that process truly is. Most of the time, we're moving because of a life event. It can be a really positive one, expanding your family, starting college, starting your first job. And all of that is filled with an inherent sense of excitement and joy. But also, it is a time of letting go of the past version of yourself. And then if it's not fun or exciting, there's often a lot of grief, a lot of discomfort associated with that. Potentially even trauma. It's the end of a relationship. It's the end of a family. It's the loss of someone. Wherever you are on the spectrum of that emotional baggage and that level of feeling, you give yourself the time to process and experience that. It's the process of letting go. It's the process of acceptance and saying, I am moving forward. I'm moving out. I'm moving on. Not what I'm leaving behind. Moving is the reminder of all of the things that we are just holding on to. We often don't give ourselves the time to ask, should I still be holding on to this? I think there's a lot of hidden guilt or frustration involved in moving because the cabinets are all open, the closets are open. We're seeing the things that we put in the back of the corners, and we might not like what we see. But how can you take this opportunity to look at it one last time and then move on? Somebody's coming. Oh God. Where are they going? I mean, what are they gonna do really, right? Well, whatever. Let's talk more about some practical ways that you can make space and time in your move. Personally, it's taken me about 2 weeks. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. I have, I would say, a medium to small amount of stuff. I also know that I'm going through a life transition where I won't need a lot of my stuff. So I've had the freedom of mostly giving things away, selling them, donating them.
The first pair of glasses I ever wore. Totally do not fit. Donate.
But if you have a lot of stuff and you know you're keeping it, you're going to need more buffer time as far as just packing and arranging. I have basically been doing it little bits every day. So if you are too busy for that, then I would recommend upwards of a month. In some ways, I have it very easy because it's just me. I'm very willing to give most of my stuff away, but that's not the option for everybody. You might have kids, you might have partners, and you can't always fully influence what they choose to bring along. Do whatever is going to make things easier for you. Maybe that is hiring movers. Maybe that is asking a friend for help. Maybe that's meeting new people to help you. I definitely erred on the side of way to chop wood, carry water. There are definitely some things I could have done to make things easier on myself. Some days I was literally carrying box by box, which was insane and unnecessarily tiring. But also the meditative state that I was able to cultivate from saying, we're just in process. We're just doing, we're just moving. It's just happening.
Was also very beautiful.
This is more of a mental trick that you can play on yourself. I call it ripping the productivity band-aid. How this shows up is that I find it very hard to start. I tend to make the list and I theorize about how the move will go, but the actual moving of the item into the box that's so hard for me. And then I just do these mental loops of, oh no, I need to fill that box first, or that box, or that box. The most important box is the box you're filling. Give into the process, just start doing, come into your body, enact the change. I promise doing it is the easiest step by far. Even if it doesn't make sense, even if you're making extra trips to storage or your new place or whatever, just do it that way. Once you start doing, it'll be so much easier to go and trust in the order and the flow of things. Don't fall for false productivity.
Don't make yourself feel busy to be convinced that you're doing things.
What I often do is I get so frantic and I just go from pile to pile to pile. Practice your focus, your awareness. Say, I'm gonna focus on this center of my house today and do that. Sell it, shed it, burn it, give it away. Let this be a cleansing of your space, yourself, your belongings. Really embrace this opportunity to say goodbye. I love you. It was nice to know you. To your things, to yourself, the parts of you that became infused into those things. Look forward to the new you that you're stepping into, what they will have, how they will feel. And it's not just, does this bring me joy? It's, does looking at this every single day positively impact my life? Do I like the way it looks? Do I like the way it feels? Do I like the function? And do I use it? I have so many things that I like them. They make me happy, but they just sit there. Your home is whatever sense of yourself that you expand out into. Things are replaceable. Everything is replaceable. You don't need all of these things around you to feel safe and secure at home. This whole story of, well, I'm not going to have what I need. You will always have exactly what you need in the perfect timing for you. Emphasizing the timing phases of each thing that I'm packing has been revolutionary for me. I'm packing anything I'm not going to need in the next month, and then anything I won't need in the next 2 weeks, and then I'm packing in the next week.
This is everything I'm going to wear at work next week. All of my fitness and random intimates. Everything that I'm bringing to Paris. And then this still just needs to be taken care of. Otherwise, that's everything in the closet.
This is both helpful from the perspective of deciding what to shed, deciding what is still reflective of me, and also feeling a comfort that as I begin to unpack, as I begin to unravel the layers of what I've put into storage, things will come to me just as I need them. The thing that you will need a month from now, you will unpack first because it'll be towards the front of wherever you are. Also, unless it's a seasonal item, If you don't need it in the next month, why do you have it? You probably just don't need it. And refer back to shed. To keep yourself motivated, give yourself a sense of completion. Get some kind of staging area. Personally, I obviously prefer having a storage unit, a place that I can actually sock things away, but this could be a friend's house, your garage, even just another side of the room that you don't necessarily need to look at. Make it feel like you're truly making progress, like things are actually going away. Visual simplicity is super key in moving. It can also help mediate some of the triggering nature of the fact that you're moving. Not having to see moving boxes, you're not constantly thinking, I'm in this chaotic, transient time of my life. Where am I going? What's going on? If you can still have your creature comforts and your visual references of stability, that can be super helpful. Ultimately, no, all transitory processes, all creative processes, they have that first 50% that feels impossible because it just is the chaotic part. So accepting the chaos is super crucial. You want to leave you with questions to help feel a sense of discernment and personal growth in your moving process. What are you still holding on to? What last shreds of the person that you were is it time to release? Are you ready? What do you need to feel ready? A couple of months ago, I wasn't ready for this at all, but I knew it was coming and I prayed for support. For the experiences, for the knowing that would allow me to let go when it was time. Oh, this one's brutal. This one, I don't think people are gonna like this. The reason that my move has been so pleasant is because I feel so confident that what I'm moving towards is what I'm meant to be doing. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? What is the purpose of this? If this move isn't an evolution of your soul, what are you doing? This gets to be your time. This gets to be your progress. This gets to be your next step. Show up for that. Thank you so much for joining today, and I look forward to seeing you soon.